Hey everyone, welcome to another match of Temur Hatching Delver. Today we are playing Eldrazi Tron. So this is going to be interesting. Big mana deck playing big creatures. We're playing a small mana deck with small creatures. So, going to be interesting. Can we win this game? Well, this match at least. I don't know about this game. Can we win the match in general? Maybe if our opponent just stumbles into nothing. So, here I'm being very aggressive, and I think I'm correct in doing so. Although the one mistake was I probably should have just pitched Hatching Delver as opposed to my other Force of Negation. Probably the one regret I have, but being super aggressive, making sure they don't assemble Tron at least on turn 3. Which I think is the correct play. Game 1, if we can do it. It's kind of like Force of Negationing Aether Vial, turn 1. So we're going to play Hatching Plans. We have 2 lands in our hand. Just purely horrible, horrible, horrible. But we're going to try and make do. So our opponent does not assemble Tron, which is fine. They play Matter Reshaper. I'm okay with surviving a Matter Reshaper for now. We draw into Lightning Bolt anyway. The only scary thing here is what Matter Reshaper brings in if we bolt it. So let's start by attacking. Right now we're not in any rush to kill Matter Reshaper. And even if we did want to kill it, okay, well, now we have to kill it because I don't know, Lightning Bolt's gonna go. So let's see what our opponent. Okay, so our opponent draws Chalice. Not happy about that. So our opponent does nothing because we have nothing in our hand. I'm sure our opponent was happy to see that. We draw another Misty Rainforest, which is exactly what we wanted. I think right now we just don't have enough mana, and Misty Rainforest is going to kind of help us get out of that rut. No, that was just shitty. Obviously, this is shitty, and this is just my life at this point. Just overdrawing on lands in decks that play 17 of them, so. Alright, so Chalice is going to come down on 1. That's, I would almost say an auto concession, but maybe we can race him. So, we're going to fetch for more land. At this point, yeah, just get a Breeding Pool, Stomping Ground. Okay, we got another Delver. In theory, we could win this race. It really depends on what they draw. So we're going to play our Delver. Not going to play Delver. Why would I do that? Now, that's interesting. I have zero clue. I'm still trying to figure it out right now on the spot. Why I didn't play Delver that turn. I can't fathom why I didn't. Another Thought-Knot Seer. Okay. Well, I suppose definitely with 2 Thought-Knot Seers on the battlefield we wouldn't have won even if Delver flipped next turn, but that was weird. I wonder what was going through my mind. Maybe I was worried about removal? Turn 1. I mean, All Is Dust is a thing that they play. I don't know if they play it main board though. Anyway, it is what it is. We were definitely not going to win that. So, Blood Moon's going to come in. Disdainful Stroke hits a lot of their spells. Abrade definitely is coming in because of Chalice. We're probably going to have to, yeah, we're making room by removing Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is kind of dead, although, I mean, Spell Pierce is going to be useful basically turn 1 and 2, where we can get rid of Chalice after that. Becomes a bit more difficult. And we're getting rid of the Hatching Plans pieces a bit. So this hand has double threats. Yeah, it's just not enough, so I'm mulliganing here. This hand is better. Gonna get rid of a land for sure. And keep the rest. Yeah, makes sense. In case I do draw into Blood Moon, Wooded Foothills gets me my forest, so. Let's see if Delver flips. Delver does flip. That's really important because we need to put on the pressure ASAP. In my opinion, well, in my experience, I mean, games where Delver flips turn 2 against Tron or Tron-like decks, the win rate is very high. So, I don't know why, but it just is. So that means I'm feeling pretty good about this game. So we got Urza's Tower, we got Warping Whale. Alright, well. It is what it is. There goes Dreadhorde Arcanist. I guess it was the bigger threat. I think instead of wasting my mana here, because I'm not gonna have nothing to target, I'm gonna go fetch an island and just do a full cost of 1 mind cast. Alright, 2 lands. It's exactly what I wanted to see. Well, I hope that means that the next card I draw is not a land, because if it is, I don't know what to tell you. It's games like this that happen so often that I'm like, well, maybe I should play less lands, and then I do that, and then I don't draw any. So Dreadhorde definitely coming down. And that's it. Let's see what happens. I don't think we need to get rid of Mindstone. I'm not too concerned about it. I'm way more concerned about Chalice of the Void. So Warping Ballista, which, as we all know, is a very fair card, is coming down for 2. And of course, it's going to ping our Delver to crap. And we can't do anything about it. So, cool. End of turn. Yeah. Let's fetch. And let's be aggressive here. Serum Visions is a good draw. Force Negation, Perilous Research. Don't think Force Negation is really going to be useful at this point. Perilous Research is, though. Because we have an abundance of lands, so we could just cast Perilous Research and sacrifice a land. I don't care at this point. We don't need 6 lands. So let's attack in. Probably Bolt. Although I have a feeling I would go Serum Visions right now. Yeah. Makes sense. We're not killing our opponent this turn, even with the Bolt, and there's no rush here. So I'd rather draw Perilous Research, cast it, draw into more spells, and then go from there. So I top. I don't cast Perilous Research on my turn. I wait. In case Dreadhorde Arcanist is going to get destroyed anyway, I might just target Dreadhorde Arcanist. Unfortunately, they have a Thought-Knot Seer. So there goes Perilous Research, I assume. Our opponent takes a bit of time here, but I think eventually they discard Perilous Research, which is understandable. Yeah. Oh, no, a Braid. Okay. Alright, well, I was wrong. So, I abstain from casting Perilous Research. Which I think is smart. So, what I should have done was play Young Pyromancer here, but I don't think I wanted to show my opponent I had Young Pyromancer. Yeah, that's not going to work. They wanted to exile all our cards. So here I hedge, and I bolt Thought-Knot Seer. And my guess is that they're going to block, yeah, and kill Dreadhorde Arcanist because they just want Dreadhorde Arcanist dead. That was my hope. If they let Dreadhorde Arcanist through, I would have been a bit more upset, actually. But I'm fine with this, right? I'm happy that Thought-Knot Seer is gone. I draw of 1 mind. Now I can fetch more confidently. Play an island. Now I could do Young Pyromancer. And I can cast basically all the other spells in my hand. And play Stomping Ground. So I'll do Perilous Research first. Get the trigger off Young Pyromancer. Draw 2 cards. Get rid of the token. Now I can play Delver. And keep of 1 mind up with Force of Negation. Sorry, keep Force of Negation up with of 1 mind being a pitch spell. So this is actually pretty good. Tech Edge comes down. At this point, I don't really care because I have 6 lands anyway. So, do your worst. All is dust. So, here's a good Force of Negation target. I don't think I've ever countered all of his dust, so this feels really, really good. Because I hate that frickin' card. And that essentially wins us the game, because now they got nothing. Delver doesn't flip. I don't think that matters. We can play Hex Drinker this turn and level it up immediately. Just be brutal about it. Yeah. So let's be brutal. Next turn it becomes protected from everything, and we win anyway, so our opponent essentially has to win now. Or completely kill us now. Maybe a second All's Dust, which would make me flip the table. Expedition map, I could live with that. So this is where I start sweating, alright, because now they're probably going to assemble Tron, they're going to get a bunch of mana at their disposal. If I count correctly, that's like 9 mana. No, 10. You can cast everything for 10 mana, but it looks like they're digging. Another expedition map, alright, I'm fine with this. I mean, as long as they keep playing this crap, I'm good. Alright, so our opponent quits. It looks like they just got nothing, and they realize they're dead anyway. So, do we want to change anything? I don't think so. I think we go straight to game 3. This hand is a keep. 100% keep. 100% keep. For sure. Again, we have that Wooded Foothills, which is key. We can go get a forest and make ourselves ready for a Blood Moon if we draw into it. I would probably be aggressive here if our opponent plays Expedition map. I decided to let it go, though. Interesting. I think I'm just keeping myself open to countering Chalice on turn 2, potentially. Definitely not something I want to resolve at the moment. I decide to counter Mesmerine's Mind, Maze Mind Tome. Now, my thinking here was I don't want our opponent to be able to sculpt their draws with the Scry ability. So I decided to just be really aggressive here, because it's a weird spell to counter. Be really aggressive here, because I don't want it to resolve. I don't want them, like I said, to be able to control their draws or smooth them out. So I feel like that was a correct play. So we'll play Dreadhorde Arcanist here. Attack in for 1. That's it. I mean, can't do much. Can't cast Force of Negation either way. So our opponent had a second one. Alright, well, we're going to let that one go. Let's hope that Delver flips. It does. Alright, that's a great card to draw. So we're going to go get our forest. Those look good. I don't think we need another Dreadhorde. But yeah, we don't need a Delver either. So I put them both at the bottom. I just want threats now. So I kept both of those at the top, because another land and Hex Drinker is actually pretty good. So now they're going to do their whole scry thing. So Matter Shaper comes down. It's okay, we can get rid of it. So we'll start with bolting Matter Reshaper. And yeah, Hex Drinker makes the most sense here. Probably level it up by 1. Unfortunately, our opponent got another Matter Reshaper out of Matter Reshaper, which is kind of annoying. And they're going to get a Thought Knot. So I don't level up Hex Drinker. I think that was just a mistake. I missed it, because there's no reason to keep that one island up. But it's okay. It's a misplay for sure. Definitely wasn't efficient on that play. And we win. Alright, so we overwhelmed our opponent. They just didn't have enough. Thought Knot Seer would have come down, but we just had a lot of bodies on the battlefield. and we've been able to push through. And yeah, I mean, Dreadhorde Arcanist, I think, shouldn't be underestimated in this deck. I know we're doing hatching plans and all that, but I think Dreadhorde Arcanist is probably another key component that makes the deck work, if it's going to work at all. So again, pulling its weight here. It's been pulling weight in all the matches I've been posting, in particular today. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that match. I think it was good. I think we did pretty good against the big mana, big creature deck. It was fun. It was fun to beat Eldrazi, I have to admit. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content in general, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. Helps me a lot. You have no idea how much it does. Thanks, and have a good one.